Napoleon Hill is one of the best-known authors of all time, and with good reason. He was a self-made millionaire and one of the wealthiest men of his time. In this video, we'll look at his biography and some lessons from his life. So stay tuned. It was published in 1908 and became a bestseller immediately. He followed this up with another bestseller, The Magic Path of Fate, in 1909. These two books brought him fame and fortune and set the stage for his future success. Napoleon Hill was born on October 29, 1883, in a small town called Point Pleasant in the state of Virginia. If you want to be successful in life, you must have a clear sense of purpose. Napoleon Hill understood this, and he never gave up on his dreams, no matter how difficult things got. He faced many obstacles throughout his life, but he refused to let them stop him from achieving his goals. In his book, The Law of Success, he writes, "The starting point of all achievements is desire. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. This means knowing what you want to achieve and being willing to work hard to make it happen." Napoleon Hill realized the importance of having a purpose early on in his life, and he spent much of his career helping others discover their purpose. In his book, The Secret of the Ages, he writes, "A man who has a definite purpose in mind and who makes a definite plan to carry out that purpose is halfway toward its accomplishment." His father was a poor farmer who died when Napoleon was just 13 years old. One reason was his ability to simplify complex topics and make them easy to understand. Napoleon Hill was a firm believer in this, and he encouraged others to take action towards their dreams. Napoleon Hill believed that mistakes are an opportunity to learn and grow. He knew that everyone makes mistakes, but it is up to you to decide whether to let them hold you back or use them as a stepping stone to success. In his book, The Magic Path of Fate, he writes, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." He understood that taking action is often the hardest part, but it's also the most important. His story is an inspiration to us all, regardless of our background or circumstances. If you're looking for a motivational boost or some guidance on how to achieve your goals, I highly recommend reading one of his books or watching some videos about his life and teachings. You won't be disappointed. In his book, Outwitting the Devil, he writes, "Action is the antidote to fear." He used simple language and real-life examples to illustrate his points, which made his books more accessible to a wider audience. Another reason for his success was his focus on practical advice. Hill wasn't satisfied with simply talking about theories. He wanted to help his readers take action and achieve tangible results. This is evident in his book, The 16 Personal Laws of the Master Salesman, where he provides a step-by-step guide to becoming a successful salesman. Additionally, Napoleon Hill's books often included stories of people who had achieved success in different fields. He would interview these individuals and share their stories with his readers, which inspired and motivated them to pursue their own goals. For example, in his book, The Law of Success, he shares the stories of successful individuals like Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, and Alexander Graham Bell. This made it difficult for Napoleon to have access to quality education as a black man in America at that time. Some of his most famous works include The Law of Success, 16 Personal Laws of the Master Salesman, How to Build Character, and Outwitting the Devil. All of these books were written in the early 1900s, and they remain relevant even today. They have sold millions of copies worldwide and have been translated into dozens of languages. But despite this setback, he managed to get an education and began working as a journalist. In 1907, at the age of 24, Napoleon Hill wrote his first book, The World's Greatest Thinker. But Hill wasn't done writing yet. Throughout his career, he wrote over 20 books on various topics, such as personal finance, sales and marketing, and business. What made Napoleon Hill so successful as an author? Now let's look at some lessons from his life. No. 1. Have a clear purpose. No. 2. Never give up. Giving up is easy, but it's not an option if you want to be successful. No. 3. Take action. Wishing and hoping are not enough. You must take action if you want to achieve your goals. And no. 4. Learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable, but that doesn't mean you should give up. These are just a few of the lessons we can learn from Napoleon Hill's life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like.